Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Prizepicks video. This one we're talking about the NBA for Thursday, March 14th. In the video, we have 5 picks for you guys to consider, so stay tuned throughout the video to hear all 5 of them. Over here in the private Discord, I'm just one of the cappers. We have a bunch of cappers over here. You can see VoloBets hit his 2-pick hockey slip that he posted. Finiti went 3 for 3 with his picks. Bossman posted a 2 for 2 slip. And then we can see another capper over here, Blame the Flame, hit a bunch of slips and posted a bunch in there today. Some of the new members of the private Discord here, you can see the yellow name TTG hitting some nice slips. Same with Billionaire today, using some of the picks that we gave out in the Discord. It's less than $1 per day to get in the private Discord, get access to this 5+ cappers. So if you guys want to see how we've been hitting all those slips and get access to those cappers picks, definitely check out the private Discord. Less than $1 per day on the monthly plan. So let's get into this one. For the first pick, we're going to go to is going to be Nurkic, and this is actually one that I saw on the trending page here, and I looked into it. Nurkic over on the 1.5 turnovers. It's definitely a weird one. You usually don't play these, but I looked into it, and Nurkic has been playing a lot more minutes and has been turning the ball over a lot more than 2 times per game on average this year. So looking at Nurkic over here on Outlier, which is a great tool I use every single day to look into player props and to find the best picks here. You could see that Nurkic over here on the season, he's hit this 64% of games, and in his last 5 games straight, he's had 3 or more turnovers, had 7 in a single game. So he's been turning the ball over like crazy. You can see the minutes increase in his last 5. Also, 30 minutes the last game, 28, 26, 30, and 32. So trending up from his average on the season of just 27 minutes. I think we can even lock him in here for like 30+ minutes in a close and high-scoring game here. Even if we just give him 28 minutes here on the slider and look down at the graph, a cool thing you could do on Outlier is show how many minutes they've played in a game and only look at those games. 79% of the game where he plays 28+ minutes, he's hit over 2 turnovers. So definitely an interesting pick. A ton of people have been jumping on that one, and I'm liking that one as well. Hard to pass up when it has hit that many times on the season. Close, high-scoring game. His minutes are up. Celtics have a good defense as well. Then for the next pick, we're going to Devin Booker here. Another Sun over on the PRA of 33.5. All of the Celtics props like Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, those guys have really inflated props for this game in what's supposed to be a really high-scoring game and close. 5.5 point spread, 229.5 total here. Jaylen Brown and Tatum have really high lines. So does Durant, and for some reason Booker just didn't get picked up with the higher lines for this game. So I'm liking Booker. This is a good spot for him. Like I said, high-scoring game, should be pretty close. We can see on the PRA, he's hit this 71% of the time this season. So, and again, a really nice line here. You can see in the beginning of the season, he hit it in like 24 of his first 25 games. Slow down a bit, but he's played 36+ minutes in all of his last 6 games here. So definitely liking Booker here. Actually, like 9 of his last 10, and this game I think was the game he got ejected early. So he's been hitting this one a ton. I mean, 71% of the time in a pace-up spot here. It was supposed to be a high-scoring game. Definitely liking Devin Booker on this line. You know, compared to like Tatum over here on his PRA of 44.5, he's only hit 31% of the time this year. Booker has hit it 71% of the time. So, like, they propped up Tatum, Brown, and Durant for this one, but left Booker at a pretty low line. So going to Booker there. Then for the third pick, we're going to come over to OddsJam, which is another tool that has a 7-day free trial. You also get 25% off. After that, if you want to continue using it, it's a great way to find value on sites like Prizepicks or Underdog or wherever you're playing player props. Damian Lillard is their top pick, over 6.5 assists. Against Philadelphia, Milwaukee should be able to actually stay in this game, unlike last game against the Kings. And hopefully it'll be somewhat close in this one. But Lillard gets a good line here at 6.5. How it works is they compare it to all these other sports books. So you can see minus 145 on Fliff and Bovada and Bet Online, minus 140 on Caesars. So we're going to Lillard over here, over on the 6.5 assists for him in this one. For Lillard over here on Outlier, this is a line he's hit in 52% of games. But Lillard's been playing very consistent minutes as of late, 33 plus minutes in his last 7 games. So I think we can give him at least 33 again in this one. He's hit it 60% of the time. And great spot here. Should be a pretty fast-paced game. And Philadelphia's defense is definitely not as good as it was earlier in the year. I think it's a good spot for Lillard here. For the next one, we're going to go to Amen Thompson over on his points of 11.5. Definitely seems like a high line here, but Thompson, I think, is going to be in line for bigger minutes than he's been seeing in the past couple of weeks with some of the injuries they have on Houston. And I think against Washington, he can play, power forward in this lineup. And I think he's going to be in line for the minutes to hit this one. And when he gets the minutes, he does score at a pretty good rate here. So liking Amen Thompson. Coming over to look at some stats on Outlier for him, we could see the points at 11.5. He's only hit it in 26% of the games, but he really hasn't played big minutes that much. And when he does, you can see he's only played 46 games. He's averaging under 20 minutes. But when he does get just 23 minutes, he's got that in 12 games. He's gone over this in 9 of 12 of those games where he's played at least 23 minutes. So definitely like to see that. We also know that Sengun is out for this game and Cam Whitmore. So definitely opening up some more minutes for Thompson. The last game he played almost 23 minutes. I think we see a bump up in a matchup here. So that was good to see the minutes trending up. The 2 games before that, he did play almost 27 minutes, and then there was a stretch where he was playing over 30 minutes a night. So I do think he could see mid to high 20s in minutes in this one. And like I said, when he plays 23 minutes, he hits this one very consistently. Washington, obviously the worst defense in the league as well. So we could see a high-scoring one in this one where Thompson gets more opportunities and fast break opportunities where he really can thrive. So going to Thompson there. But in the same game, same team, we're going to go Dillon Brooks on the under. I think Thompson could take a little bit of Brooks' usage in this game. And Brooks just has not been hitting the points and assists. It's a great matchup, like I said, when we were talking about Thompson. But for Brooks, he hasn't been taking advantage of these good matchups. You could see they've had some really good matchups as of late. You could see 15.5. He hasn't hit this in his last 10 games, it looks like. He's over 10 on this in his last 10 games. And it's not like he hasn't been having good matchups. Played San Antonio last game, the Kings the game before that, Portland the game before that, Clippers was a tough one, then they played San Antonio before that, Phoenix twice, who actually doesn't have the most elite defense either. So he's been getting some good matchups, hasn't been hitting this. Brooks is out there to shoot some threes and play some defense. He's not going to be a big scorer anyways, and I just think this line's too high for him. On this season, he's only hit it 39% of the time. So for Brooks, going to be going to the under. His minutes have been trending down the last 3 after playing 31-plus minutes. The 6 games before, he played 21, 30, and then 30 again. So minutes down a bit as well for Brooks. Going to go to the under on him. If you guys want to see how people in the private Discord are hitting these massive slips, TTG, Billionaire B here. One of our cappers blamed the Flame hitting a bunch of slips. You saw the others in the beginning of the video in their channels posting and hitting slips. Definitely check it out. It's less than $1 per day on the monthly plan. So we'll see you over in the Discord and subscribe to the channel.